This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer to Reaction. People who enjoy horror movies are an interesting lot. Now, I can't speak for everyone else, but I actually despise violence. I can't stand it. Real violence is very difficult for me to stomach. Seeing it, and certainly participating in it, not at all a fan. But there's something about movie violence which is oftentimes over the top, ridiculous, and silly that I find really enjoyable. So, why do I mention this? Because a trailer for a movie called Wounds dropped recently, and it's directed by Babak Anvari, I believe it's pronounced. He's an Iranian director, and he directed a movie called Under the Shadow. I've actually seen Under the Shadow. It's not a bad movie, but part of the reason I think it gets so much acclaim, and it is a pretty well acclaimed horror film. It's kind of mild horror, kind of a ghost story. The reason this movie I think gets as much acclaim as it does is because it was directed by an Iranian director. More than anything else, because the movie itself is not a great movie. It's not bad by any stretch. It's not great, and it's not terribly innovative, but it is interesting, especially seeing something created from the perspective of a person that lives in that country. I believe it's Iran. No, I'm pretty sure it's Iran. It's not Iraq. So, Anvari is now directing a movie called Wounds, which I believe is also a horror film. And, as you can see from the poster, it looks pretty horrific. So let's take a look at the trailer for Babak Anvari's Wounds.
It's quiet here tonight. Probably one of the kids.
Who were you talking to last night?
There was these college kids who left a cell phone there. And I went through it to see whose it was. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. It's awful. We opened something.
I'm scared. You're scared too.
You know, if you ever need to talk, I'm here for you.
You're acting guilty as shit.
Well, that was the trailer for Wounds, and I forgot to mention it's only on Hulu. And that's a problem because A, I don't have Hulu. B, I've had Hulu, and I don't particularly like Hulu. If it has a show or two you want to see, wonderful. But it doesn't, the last time I had it, I should say, it's not something you feel the need to hang on to. At least I didn't. It's not as interesting as Netflix, and it doesn't have the variety, and once you've seen shows like Archer and The Terror, who cares, to be totally honest? So, it looks interesting, no doubt, but it's on Hulu, so I don't expect I'll see it anytime soon, but who knows. And as far as the movie itself goes, I don't know what it's about. I assume it's dealing with some type of curse of some sorts. It looks interesting, visually fascinating, but the transition from a gritty family type drama to what looks like a horror movie, and again, keep in mind it's only a trailer, so it may not, I assume its transition is not that abrupt. But without an understanding of why events are happening, it just looks interesting. Not overly scary or anything like that, but interesting. I guess I wish the trailer were more narratively complete in the sense of giving us more of a grasp of what it's about. But if that weren't on Hulu, I'd watch it. It looks interesting. This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer Into Reaction. Peace, and have a great Friday and an even better weekend.